pageantry of college football on full display tonight as we've got drones with a red and white light show to get the black shirt faithful ready to go. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollock with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Will kick it away to start us off. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Takes the handoff. It's Moulton. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Still on his feet. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and tack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
Quickly to the tight end. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
The Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and 10. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked. Maybe even double-team high-load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
And the Hawkeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Looking for a gap. It's Patterson. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
And after a successful run like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. Is this basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
High quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hawkeyes. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Off from the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. It's Raiola. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, man, I mean, you don't get more wide open than that, right? Big fella running down the field, nobody near him. Quarterback puts it on him. You just got to make the catch.
The Cornhuskers send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll give it to the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Right on the money. Still running at the 40. Oh, a lot of space. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Iowa! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Hunter. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. RPO complete to open the drive. There he goes. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Scanning the field, it's Rayola. Snagged in the middle, it's Key. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out fast. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The Huskers will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Nebraska! Great job by the back on the option.
I think it's easy to say, run the option, run the option. Well, you got to be able to see it quickly and make quick decisions. Nice job by the QB, getting the ball to his playmaker. He catches it, he can do the rest, takes it to the house for 6.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. To throw on 1st down off the play fake. Slings it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. To the ground with the back. Runs through the tackle. Stopped at the 47-yard line. A 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
Man, I just love physical backs that break tackles and get those extra yards and show that toughness, Palmer.
He's so hard to get on the ground, David. He plays with great pad level and also has phenomenal balance for a running back.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Gill.
And, guys, how many first downs is that just on this drive alone? I mean, this defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the 3rd quarter.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Molden. Plows through the defense. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. They'll ride the hot hand. We've come to the break, and Iowa has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. The Hawkeyes are in the red zone. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Oh, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Hawkeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Number 18, set to kick this one. He'll bring it out. It's Hunter. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game.
Turning it on! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
These guys aren't human, I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Got it behind the line. It's Johnson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And I tell you what, really good job by the defense. They did not bite on it thinking it was a long pass down the field. You could tell they were ready for it. As soon as they saw the screen, they broke on it, got the running back down super quick.
To the air, it's Raiola. Trying to burn this defensive back. Grabs it inside the 15. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Husker!
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, but I'm the receiver. I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
The play action fake. Finds his big tight end. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. He'll set up to throw. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I got to be honest, guys. I know there are a lot of people out there with this field position that would say punt the football, but based on the success they've had early in this game with 3 touchdowns already, playing with confidence, I think I'd just go for it.
The kick is high and away and headed toward the sideline. Here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. It's complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Bring in the heat. Finds his tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They know how dangerous this guy is after the catch, and boy, oh boy, they set their hair on fire and caused a wreck on that hit.
They sure did. You got to be careful, too, because they sold out on that hit, and if they'd missed, that tight end was going to be able to advance the football, but boy, oh boy, this defense playing physical.
Caught near the sticks. It's Nelson. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
And the Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to keep it in the air. Makes the grab. It's Johnson. Across the 35. Finds a crease at the 20. Big gain on that one as he stepped out of bounds with a first down.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Looks as if he's going to run it. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll go out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. Hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. The give to the tailback. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Under fire. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This guy is very proud about his accuracy. That's why he's one of the better quarterbacks in all of college football. And that time, ball just got away from him a little bit. It's going to set up third down.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Howard. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing straight.
The short hands. It's Moulton. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
And the Hawkeyes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on third and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. A strike downfield. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Looking to throw again. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To throw, it's Raiola. The short hands, it's Parker. The Cornhuskers in a good spot here with second and short. Quarterback may change this route. They're looking to throw on second and short. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
The Huskers come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw for it. Catch in the middle. It's Barney. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards. We're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Wants to go up top on first down. And the timing just a hair off.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. the RPO. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
My old coach said to never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Huskers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. He's got it on the run. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Cornhuskers line it up with a 1st and goal. Trying to barge their way in. Touchdown, Nebraska! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ball game. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. So they move the ball 43 yards on that drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Quick completion on the out. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover.
And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Brown wants to pass. He'll take a shot. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. This will be a 50-yard field goal attempt, and he'll have to curl it in from the right side. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. The Hawkeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue.
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hunter. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Wide receiver going in motion. Trying play action. Finds his man. It's Johnson. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Bulldozes his way through. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Iowa has the ball back on offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Second down, he'll throw it. Zings it complete to the right. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. First down here for the offense. Looking for space. It's Moulton. Discards him with the stiff arm. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
And the Hawkeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Brown will throw it. Makes the grab. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Looking downfield on first down. Right down the middle. Tight end getting vertical. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Hawkeyes!
I love this tight end because, man, he's a weapon in the passing game. Big guy, big target, and he has a lot of ability after the catch. You saw it on that touchdown.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hunter. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Catch in the middle, it's Nelson.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
The Huskers can really attack on this second and short. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Finds a tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
That's a nice play on offense there. And how about the tight end getting out of his stance and working his way across the field, using his speed to clear the defense and make the catch.
They'll run play action. Finds his man, it's Johnson. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
And the Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Johnson. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over 300 yards. Still some time left, and we can put up even bigger numbers. And heck, go chase some awards, man. Get some postseason awards. Get an All-American. Just put up a day.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with that.
And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Unleashes to the end zone. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Iowa! The defense put points on the board. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn on the Jets, making the big play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Hunter. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Nelson. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. The Cornhuskers will hustle to the line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Got a man. It's Johnson. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
Man, it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Gonna run it. It's Moulton. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And the stiff arm was strong, but the defense was stronger, and they stop him for a short gain.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Fights off the defender. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
The Hawkeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Shakes off the defender.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
And the Hawkeyes are on the move. To the ground. He's got it again. What a tough-minded, hard-edged run. He gets it to the 24.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
Great job by the offense there, getting the first down on the ground, staying in bounds too. So if you're on defense here, you might want to start thinking about using your timeouts. You've got 3 in your back pocket, but trailing, you've got to start using them.
How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Continue this long drive. Ninth play coming. It's 3rd and 5. On the run, it's Washington. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Quarterback takes a knee. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. There is nothing greater than a rivalry game unless you lose it. And in that case, there is nothing more miserable.
I agree, Reese. And that's why rivalry games are so great, because you take the stats and you take the rankings and you take the records and you throw it all out the window. There's always tremendous effort and passion when we see these rivalry games. We certainly saw it today. And David, for this losing team, this one's going to sting for a while.
It does, but it's so strange because I always feel the same way. I'm like, there's no chance that they have a chance to upset them. But then you go, it's a rivalry game. The vitriol, the hate, it's already there. And so it means so much in sports. Who's motivated for these games? So you do get up. It does become a good game, even when it's not a good game on paper.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.